Hey, what's up, guys? I know, weird. You're over there, right? The show's usually over there. We're gonna be over there soon. Go to the YouTube, We React 89, like and subscribe. Go to TikTok, find us there too, and of course, right here. Now, let's get over to the fun part. See, I told you we'd be right back over here. Now it's time for the best part. Welcome back to We React. We got some videos here tonight, got some news for you. You know how we're gonna end it? The most high, because that's what we do here. But we got some of these ladies divorced, out here upset because they lost everything. And now they just want to cry about it. Let's see.
Okay, I have to ask it. Are there any men left in this entire universe that prefer a single mom in her 40s?
Nope. Sorry, honey. Most of them don't. And if they do, they're probably going to be older than you. And if they're not, they're probably just there to smash. Sorry. I know.
With a natural body.
Come crash out with me. We're on brand today. Come crash out. My husband informed me today that I would be a single mother of 4. Right.
Ooh, that's rough. I guess she wasn't doing something right.
Early this morning. So much for a Sunday reset. Resetting my whole fucking life. Is the rapture coming? The 23rd? Is that whatever? What is that? Well,
Yeah, not working out too well for you.
will we all die? Is that gonna happen? Because take me first. I know I should not be sitting here crying because my husband's sending one a divorce.
But yet, here you are. Look, I mean, all I can say is that if he really just came up to you one day and said that it was done and everything is over, I'm going to go ahead and tell you he was probably already planning this for a good little while. Sucks, but it seems like you probably weren't doing too good.
No, baby. So anyway, if you're into a good comeback story, if you're here for hot-ass glow-ups, because everybody fucking knows the girl blows the fuck up after a divorce, after a breakup, yo, it's coming.
Yeah. There's not enough makeup or weight loss supplements in the world to glow you up, honey. Sorry.
And with more tattoos, because, honey, we gotta get that covered up. He already got his covered up, so it's no big deal. He was just a few months ahead of me.
He already got his tattoo involved with her covered up 3 months prior. Was that not an indicator? Guess not.
If you want to support a single mom of 4 in this economy, go ahead and smash that fucking follow button, get a few more followers, and maybe get TikTok paid so I can, I can't find it.
So you can waste people's time because you have nothing good to say?
This woman is having a...
Want to help fund this.
Studies show women are happier after divorce than men.
What?
No, it doesn't. And no, they aren't. Come on now. We all know that's a little bit of BS there. That's a little bit of cope. Let's hear what she has to say.
Is this? Women are more likely to self-reflect. They're more willing to go inward and hold themselves accountable for the things that they need to change in order to get different results. They're more likely to go to therapy. They're more likely to hire a coach.
Okay, well, if they did something to change to get different results, well, then how come they didn't do that while they were in the relationship so their significant other didn't leave them? Got any explanation for that? I didn't think so.
Get the support, get the guidance, get the tools. They will invest in their well-being. They will join support groups. They will do what it takes to feel better, to not make the same mistakes. They take responsibility for their own happiness. They'll step outside of their comfort zones, create new relationships, find hobbies and creative outlets.
I can't even say enough how much you should have already been done doing this before. Men, predominantly, in a relationship, that's what they do. They have other interests, they have hobbies, they have things that occupy their time and stimulate their brain. I don't know why you weren't doing that from the beginning.
Find fulfillment, learn how to fill their own cup and meet their own needs and not rely on a partner. Women are also more inclined to practice self-care, like healthy eating and mindfulness practices and getting exercise, which then improves their...
Okay, should have been doing it anyways. And men do the same thing. That's not only one side. I mean, both sides do it. Come on now.
Well-being. Women are also less likely to turn to destructive behavior and unhealthy coping mechanisms, and their goal.
Your destructive behavior is what ended the relationship.
At reframing the situation and focusing on the future. They embrace the independence and the freedom.
They embrace the independent. Shut up.
Those things are what adds up to creating a healthy, happy, fulfilling, amazing future.
She's never going to be fulfilled. I'm going to tell you right now, she is absolutely insatiable. I can just tell by looking at her.
After divorce.
She's right.
Women fare off in divorce when women fare off far worse financially after divorce than men, and our
women do not fare off worse in divorce. When you factor in child support, alimony, and all of the stuff that they own together that gets divided, no, the men absolutely come out on the bottom there. Come on now.
Yes.
Women fare worse?
Yeah, men fare off worse psychologically, but women are more likely, their standard of living goes down, they're more likely to be in poverty, seek government.
Yeah, their standard of living goes down a little bit because they're not getting all the money flow they got before. I mean, come on, that just makes sense. It's just how it goes.
Please look this up. Men are more likely to suffer alcohol, drug abuse, unalive themselves, get sick.
That's not a singular thing. That doesn't just go to one side. Women fall into that same thing. She doesn't have a very good mindset.
All of those things, so psychologically men fare off worse after divorce, but financially women fare off worse.
Well, that's just wrong on its face.
Why is it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's just wrong. That's not how it goes. 98% of the time, the guys are the ones that are getting taken advantage of in every single part of that, and it's always been that way. So I got some other stuff I want to go on to. We're going to go on to the news portion of this. Some Jeffrey Epstein stuff, Department of Justice. Turns out Trump directed the DOJ to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement in his relationship with public figures, which is going to be interesting because we all know, we've seen the photos, we've seen all that stuff, and we've all sat here and waited to see these lists come out, which they're not going to entirely going to come out because there's too many political people affiliated with it, so it's just never all going to come out. It's impossible, unfortunately. But they're going to let out some more, which whatever we can get, I want to see. So I got a few more things here. Let's look at this. This is the actual original indictment that they did. You can read here just to kind of fill anyone in that doesn't know who he is. Not the best person. So, as you can see cited right here, he has multiple accusations of child abuse, SA on younger adults, or young children, excuse me. When you read down through this, and this is only the first portion of it, you can kind of get a insight into what kind of person he actually was. So he was born January 20th, 1953. Died August 10th, 2019. If you haven't found out how he died, I would suggest you do some of your own research, look into it, and formulate your own opinion. That's a whole nother video right there in of itself. He was an American financier and an entrepreneur. I don't know. I mean, this whole thing is crazy. When you start to realize the people that he's been with and he's been around, I mean, we have, just from the small part of the list that they let out before, we got Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, David Copperfield, Prince Andrew. That's pretty startling already in of itself right off the bat. We have Bill Gates. I mean, all of these high-level, high-functioning societal figures. And they were going over here to do Lord knows what. Obviously, this isn't an indictment on what they did, but I think it's a little peculiar when you end up in the photos with this person who had their own island where they had underage children and disgusting things happening. So I'm anxious to see what's going to come out of that. We really need to pry into this more, and we need to put more pressure on every president to make sure that this stuff gets released, because everyone involved needs to get brought to justice, and everyone involved needs to see what they did wrong, because the whole thing is just absolutely disgusting. So, now that we got that stuff out of the way, and we'll revisit that and do another video. I promise you guys, I will come back to that when more comes out. I'm going to go to my favorite part of the video, which is the Most High. And I got a video right here for you guys, and I want to talk to you about a few things afterward.
Jesus wasn't a Christian. He was a Jew. And he didn't come to create a religion. The Bible, as we know it, didn't even exist when Jesus walked the earth. Not when Paul wrote his letters, not when Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John recorded their accounts. The Bible was literally compiled hundreds of years later by a pagan emperor for political reasons. That should tell you something. Now, does that mean we throw the Bible out? No, I love the Bible. I read the Bible every day. It's the most important book of my life. But it does mean we have to stop worshiping it like it's God and be honest with ourselves and start listening to the truth that is behind it. And if you doubt me, do your own research. The Bible was literally voted on by a bunch of politicians and bishops in a room deciding what made the cut and what didn't, out of mounds of text, centuries after the fact. That's like building your spiritual life around the minutes of a corporate board meeting. And Jesus never said, read my book, because the Bible didn't exist when Jesus was here. He said, follow me. His gospel was not about denominations, and it wasn't about brick and mortar churches. He was talking about the church in the heart of men, those in pursuit of the truth, not the dogmas of men. And it's important to note that God did not write a single page in the Bible. The words...
And just because I'm going to take a second to cover a couple things before we finish the other part, that book has absolutely been in a million people's hands, and I don't think it diminishes the value of the message that comes out of it, but I think it's definitely should call into question what intentions certain people had when they wrote certain parts of that. So, and another thing that I really like to express to everybody, and I say this to every person, Jesus never once said that the church was a building. In fact, he said that all those structures would fall. The church is the people of God, the people of Christ, the people that are following God. That's what the church is. But let's go on.
Through men, deeply flawed men, written, rewritten, translated, retranslated, filtered through kings, priests, and politicians, and then argued over by 45,000 different Christian denominations who all swear they're the ones who are right for 2,000 years until it made it into your hands. If that's not confusing, I don't know what is. Now, this is something that Christians do not want to address because it destroys the entire idea that the Bible is flawless and all you need is this book that mainstream Christianity has turned into something of an idol. And for further context, the Old Testament, God smiting people left and right, is not even the same personality as Jesus in the Gospels telling us to forgive our enemies. We're talking about two totally different characters. It's like trying to mix a Metallica concert with a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Special and calling it one genre or religion. The God of the Old Testament is not the same God as the one that Paul wrote about in his letters. And neither are the same character as Jesus from the four Gospels. Jesus said something really interesting once. He said, be like little children. Kids do not need theological degrees. They need simple truth. The gospel was meant to be clear, freeing, and alive, not locked in denominational arguments and weaponized like the woke left and the stone-casting right. Because
yeah, and I just thought there was a great point in that video, because I think a lot of people take that book and instead of taking the lessons that come out of the book and the way it was meant to be used, they take it as they view that book like it is God, when that's just not the case. So, and I just want to stress this, and I can't stress it enough. The Bible is great, and it can do everything. It can change the way you act and you go about your life, and it's a great it's a great book, but seek God first. Once you seek God first, everything falls into line. There's a completion there, and a real sense of knowing and feeling what's coming down the road, because you know that God has already been there, it's already been handled, and it's always taken care of. And that's one of the beautiful things when you subscribe and you decide to follow the Most High. I love you guys. like and subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel. Leave some comments down there. Tell me where you guys are from and how you're doing. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.